So come on in the room. Come on in the room. It is the Vet Green Show. Come on in, sis. We are here with DJ Bandana Black. Let's get it started. Y'all know I have to open this up on Facebook. So let's get it started. Let's get it started. Happy Friday, sis. Happy Friday.
Just like the sound of it.
And y'all know this is my girl, Rachel J. Ray Random, coming up out of Chicago. Hey, Miller girl.
I'm feeling kind of woozy. I'm fading in the spirit. My vision kind of blurry. I'm feeling kind of woozy. Yeah. Come on, Jesus Christ, tell me what's the deal. I'm feeling kind of dizzy and ain't pop the pill. I'm high on cloud nine and I'm feeling fine. And ain't the only one who want it, no cockadine. I'm feeling faded and it feel real good to me. What's the secret? Tell me what you do to me. I'm high in the spirit, feeling real woozy. I'm feeling like David, tell him get
I'm high though, I'm that Christ though, going psycho. I run around doing cartwheels like a hypo. You feeling me? Don't be killing me. You're illing me. Demons on my back, yeah, they be killing me. I tell you 3 times like a trilogy. Eating up his word and give me energy. Tell the filthy devil, get up off of me. Saying you gotta pay, ain't nothing for free.
I can't come down, it's only up from here. I can't shake this high off, yeah, I know it's real. Wanna see it too, people tell me what's the deal. Man, I'm feeling like David when I do my dance. Fading in the spirit.
Yeah, this is kinda blurry. I'm feeling kinda woozy.
I'm fading in the spirit.
Yeah, this is kinda blurry. I'm feeling kinda woozy. Even to another top spot is up for grabs, bro.
Just like the sound.
Midwest native, so I never lack. Got my numbers up like Chicago be doing with the tax, though. Hype it, I ain't smoking on the wax, yeah. Man, I can't deny it, got a sober mind, yeah. Fire in my eyes, different kind of high. Mask off Mick Foley, I'm a Russell with the trophies. Low-key Kobe, wave emojis till I get a flood of rolling, yeah. All of my homies, they flex, yeah. I'm still when I throw up the set, and then they invested a check and I came out of prayer, you see the effects. Educated and intelligent, baby, I'm celibate, can't get ahead of it. Homie, it's evident, I got the evidence, one different presidents, up the veterans. You see all the demons had him up against. Jesus came to my defense. Highly favored, they don't need to choose me. Make them sway with the vibes, that's a movement.
I can't come down, it's only up from here. I can't shake this high off, yeah, I know it's real. Wanna see it too, people tell me what's the
I'm
deal.
feeling blessed today, y'all.
David when I do my
Hey,
dance.
Donika. Hey, Sharita. Come on in, everybody.
Feeling kinda woozy.
Hey, no running everything, y'all.
I'm feeling kinda woozy. Yeah.
I just like the sound of it.
I just love the sound of that. Big shout out to Rachel J. Ray Random. If you are on TikTok, make sure you are following my girl. We got a lot to talk about. I have a very special guest, mentor in my head, somebody that I look up to today on the Vet Green Show. We have none other than DJ Bandana Black coming to the stage. You know what? Let me just get you on up here. Because you really are a mentor in my head, DJ Bandana Black. So welcome to the Vet Green Show. I feel like there's no introductions needed, but go ahead and introduce yourself to the world.
Hey, first of all, thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure. I'm DJ Bandana Black from Buffalo, New York. I don't know. I don't usually.
Shy and humble, y'all.
I do a lot of local music and stuff here, and I'm a father. But yeah.
He is the ultimate girl dad. So I've been watching and following DJ Bandana Black for a while, and one of the reasons why I follow him is because I think he's like the ultimate girl dad. You know, some of us women out here who have these daddy issues, if you follow DJ Bandana Black, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, he is like girl dad number one. I'm going to do a show eventually on girl dads because I think y'all so awesome on a serious note. And also, you know, when you have a powerful dad, not just like in your career, but just in general in your life, it truly does shape the way we look at men.
Yeah.
So big ups to you for being that for your daughter, because as a black woman, I can tell you it gets hard. It gets hard. So we got a lot to talk about today. I came to pick DJ Bandana's black head. Tari Wilson, come on in. Betty Brown, come on in. Danielle, I came to pick his brain because and make sure you guys are also following DJ Bandana Black on YouTube, because he be getting into the stories just like I do. So first off, I asked you behind stage, what are your thoughts? We have to get into this Young Thug thing, because I didn't even realize that this was the longest running criminal case in Georgia's history. That's crazy. It doesn't even seem like it's been this amount of years that he's been in jail. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that long either. I think that this is first of all, I think it was a waste of taxpayer dollars. Like, it took this long for them to even be doing this and not really have any like real charges against him, like just really because he's like a celebrity and what he's going through. But I feel kind of both ways on it. I feel, yeah, free Young Thug. We happy that he came home and stuff like that too. But if you look at that case, a couple people lost their life in that case. A couple people lives was changed in that case. So I mean, I'm not saying he committed the crime, but somebody committed the crime. So I can't really just so much celebrate and just say, hey, we happy everybody home, when somebody might not have closure for somebody who their family member might have passed away or something like that. But I mean, free Young Thug, hopefully he come home and do things a little bit differently, because a lot of it, I know he probably was looking at it like a lot of it. He probably did do some of the stuff, but he shouldn't have got 40 years for what they're trying to say that he did. So I think that I think it's a loss on both ends. It's a loss on his end and on the government end, because they didn't really have a real case. They couldn't really charge him what they wanted to charge him with. And then he had to just take something. It wasn't like they just gonna let him free. He had to just take something. And to be on like 15 years probation is crazy. He took the Meek Mill probation. Meek Mill's on like life probation.
Yeah, Philadelphia is crazy. Pennsylvania is a Commonwealth, so they do things a little bit different than we do. Thank you so much for the follow. They do things a little bit different than other, states, because it's a Commonwealth. I'm going to read what the New York Times is saying, because he took a plea after all of that time. So he was actually released from jail. New York Times, Rolling Stone, everybody's talking about it. He pled guilty in a lengthy YSL case.
Yeah.
So they're saying that this is the longest trial in Georgia's history, that he pled guilty to participating in criminal street gang activity. Let me ask you this, Bandana. Do you think that it is difficult for people, and this is something that we talked about this week, do you think it is that the streets is a drug? Because I've heard people refer to the streets as being a drug. Do you think that it is a drug? And if so, do you think that's probably one of the reasons why he's facing that? Because once you can move a person out of the ghetto, but you don't necessarily move the ghetto out of the person, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know. In his situation, I really think that it was a choice. Like, you can't really say it was because I don't think it's because we're like how he grew up, whatever like that. Like, it's a choice at the end of the day. Like, he know right from wrong. And I think that a lot of times that even as black men, I was saying this about another rapper, Rollo, Young Thug, a lot of times black men say, I gotta do this for the homies. I gotta do it so I can make sure the bros is on. No, you gotta do it so your kids is good. You gotta do it for your mother is good. You gotta do it for you is good. Maybe people thinking that they gotta carry everybody else. Like, why them other grown men can't do it for themselves, or you could help them, but you ain't gotta do it for them. So when you I'm not saying Young Thug or even like a little Dirk or a situation, when you get situations like that, it's like because you're extending yourself too much. Like, at the end of the day, you got to start being once you have kids and you become older, you got to start being selfish. It sounds funny, but you can't be for the bros all the time. You can't be for the gang all the time. Either you got to be for that or you got to be for the family. Because the gang is not going to be for your family. Like, when a couple of years from now, when Dirk Money, or even like with Young Thug, if he would have kept going with this case in a couple of years when he's flat broke, gang wouldn't have been paying for his kids' tuition. Gang wouldn't have been putting money on his books. Gang would have forgot about
Look at some of the allegations that they have about how Diddy handled Biggie's kids. Yeah. I've heard allegations about that down the line. So you really do have to, you said so much. It's a lot. Grandma and good morning, best friend. You said a lot, that because I think that even me as I am, I mean, I grew up in the projects and all of that. And sometimes it is hard to leave behind certain ways that you've been living all of your life. It's difficult. It can be difficult, especially, when if you're in a struggle, you go out and you just do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like people just our mindsets are a little bit different. But also tying into Lil Durk. I mean, both of these cases, you got Lil Durk, you got Diddy, you got Young Thug, you got R. Kelly, you got Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby and Diddy closely tied together with the X trafficking and all of this. I say that to say, does it seem like that it is difficult for us as Black people to leave behind again some of that stuff, or do you think it's easier for us to get groomed because we're so used to not having anything? Because I named like 5 different men, and all of them are either facing jail, role models, have been role models, and it's just something with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know. See, I feel like even with those situations, like with the because those are different like type situations. Like with the R. Kelly situation, I don't think that like something happened to R. Kelly when he was younger, obviously, to have him do that type of stuff. So if R. Kelly is sitting in a jail cell now, some of those parents should be sitting in the jail cell also too. I think that's how we stop it. I don't think it's just one sided. It's just that okay, this person was messed up, did some messed up stuff. Diddy's situation, I would never go to a Diddy party. Why was people going like Diddy? Diddy is not like seem like the type of person you want to be drunk or under any influence around. Anyways, I don't know how they got to this whole Diddy doesn't seem like the type of person I want to hang around with. Anyway, it's just crazy how none of this was a problem until people started getting money. You see what I'm saying? Once Cassie started getting money, then all of a sudden everybody got the courage to come out. And I'm not saying that it's not true or with the Diddy situation. There's no way he did this to like 200 people, bro. Diddy is
on his own, right?
Yeah, like Diddy, like a couple people, maybe 10, 20 years, but 100 or something. Diddy rich. You don't need to do that. But it's I don't respect them waiting until, you know what I'm saying, after, because then for people that it really happened to, or if we really want to try to like stop some of these issues like that, it makes it harder because it's like it's really about the money or the exposure.
Yeah, it seems like it is getting more and more away from the actual case itself and more about people just trying to jump on the money bandwagon. And out of all of those cases, there's going to be some cases that are not real. There's going to be just like the girl Thalia. I really believe that something may have happened to her, but because of the way she did it and her sending those messages to the guy, like now, you may not even have your time in court because of that. Now it looks like you were trying to set him up, and you may very well have a case. That she may very well have a case. And you know what's surprising to me is that you hear some of these interviews and people saying, well, everybody knew about it. If everybody knew about it, why didn't anybody say anything? Are you surprised about that? Like, because we do, especially, a lot of times we be knowing stuff and it's just like, we just don't say anything.
That's the part that I didn't really want to, because it's like it's more complicated. Even like with the Diddy situation like that too. It wasn't just Diddy. Why you think like Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these other people was not really coming out and saying something either way? Because not saying that they did something, but there's no way you've been around this man this long and you didn't know. There's no way that you've been to this many parties, you had this many relationships with him, and you didn't know. So we come into a time where we got to be real with it. It's like, okay, if we're going to send Diddy and them to jail, do we still allow the people who seen this stuff happen and act like nothing happened to continue to be in a position? Because it's wrong either way. He just happened to get caught. They didn't happen to get caught. One thing I want to say too, because my memory is bad with you, I want to point out with the Dirk situation with his case. I think his downfall also too was with trying to be there for the bros. If you look at it, this whole Dirk situation, him going down for murder hire, all is because he tried to help his man King Von, which was like a street guy like that, and he couldn't leave the streets alone.
And plug your show, plug your episode, because I was getting some information off of the episode. Now, DJ Bandana Black has a like I said, follow his YouTube page because he goes more in depth than I do. Okay, I just talk high level.
I'm a fan too. I watched a lot of these guys before they even got big or where it's at now. But like I was saying, like with that situation, he tried to be like Lil Durk was from the streets. You say how can you like leave the streets alone like that? Lil Durk did it. He was still from the streets and he left the streets alone, but he tried to pull somebody else up who wouldn't do the same thing. King Von still wanted to be who he was in the streets, and you can't mix the two, especially when you're rapping about it. So if you look at Durk's whole situation, that whole thing is because of his man, because he picked the fight with Quando Rondo on him. He got himself killed in that situation. antagonize that. And then the people were saying, oh, you got to slide for Vine, you got to slide for Vine. Now he got to do it for the bros, you got to do it for game. Now your kids don't have a father. Now, and the game got locked up too. So even if the game wanted to be there for your kids, they can't because they got locked up with Dirk. So it's a lose-lose situation. Like they got to start showing both sides. Like, yeah, promote Thug came home and you know what I'm saying, and that's good. And yeah, he beat his case, but also promote Dirk might not be coming home. He might be doing 50 years for the same thing that y'all out here rapping about and want to be the big drill rapper, shooting people, talking about and stuff like that. Like we got to really start promoting both ends of it. Like it can end out good like Thug, but it can also end out bad like fucking Tory Lanez or somebody else also too.
Speaking of Tory Lanez, and I'm gonna put a pause on Tory Lanez for a moment because I want to ask you a question as it ties into Lil Durk. And if any of you have questions out there, whether you are on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, go ahead and put it in the chat. Do you think that it is especially challenging when we are trying to change our lives and we still are dealing with the same people that we were dealing with prior to us trying to change our lives? Do you think it's challenging to continue to be around those people? Because some people aren't going to be happy that you have all that success that you have. You know, like some people just aren't going to be happy. And even though they're still in your camp and they may be showing you love, as soon as you turn your back, they're stabbing you in the back. And that's a real issue.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's part of his challenge too? Because I feel like he's probably going to be the one ending up in jail, and somebody in his camp is probably going to end up talking.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much how it works out. That's why I say you got to be selfish. You got to only surround yourself with the people that's like you. And that's not saying that you got to like disown where you're from. I love where I'm from. I love like my whole city, my whole all that. But I'm not hanging on the street corner like I was 16, or I'm not. You know what I'm saying, doing the same stuff that I was doing when I was younger. You got to grow up. Like you got kids, you got other stuff to live for. But if you do take those risks, you do take those chances. That's what comes with it. If you want to be out here doing stuff like that, that's what comes with it. So I mean, I understand it both ways. Like, I think that's an unfortunate outcome for him. Like I said, Dirk probably at the end of the day in that situation, he probably gonna get the most time and probably did the least amount in the whole thing. Besides trying to help people, but you put yourself in that position, like you know what people is on, and you got to just distance yourself from them. Those type of people, you see them when you happen to be in the hood and they happen to ride by and they happen to see you. Those are not people who have your direct number, know where you live at. Those not people you hit up when you going out and stuff like that. And if you do that, then you got to take what comes with it.
Yeah, you got to see you when I see you. Hey, Ali Yaya, you got to see you when I see you. That's one of the challenges that even I'm finding. Like you really do have to surround yourself with like-minded people. Like you said, it's not like, oh, I'm not going to say anything to you ever again. Is that, you know what, I'm in a place in my life right now where I know that I am my own worst enemy, and being in certain situations for too long is just not good for my health. Hey, that burger dude is just not good for my health. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, you do have to be selfish, Miss Longy. You do have to be selfish, Salsa, though. You really do, Ali Yaya. But it's challenging for me to be selfish.
Yeah.
It's challenging for me to be selfish and say, you know what, I don't want to do that, or even putting boundaries up, because then you oftentimes feel as if you're losing a piece of you. And a lot of times we don't want to lose a piece of ourselves. And that person that you are attached to, you feel like is a piece of you also. And that's, I just look at the way the cookie is crumbling in a lot of these situations. And it seems like it really is, you know, who are you around? Like who are you being with when you are building up this business? Young Thug is unfortunate. Lil Durk is unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate. And you amass all these riches and you think that your life is going to be better, and then you are facing jail time. Or I don't want to face jail time.
Or you spending all your money trying not to face jail time. Because like Thug is not as rich as what he was when he went to jail. So that's not cool. He coming home down there
starting over.
Middle class. Like, I mean, he gonna be all right, but I think that it's it's sad all over the whole situation.
Yeah, it really is. And what Diddy's kids, you know, being when you put your father hat on, what could you even like imagine what these kids may be facing, or even putting like little DJ Bandana, a black hat back on as a child? Like I would be devastated, definitely depressed all the time.
Yeah, of course.
My dad in jail.
Yeah, and then like the the thing that I don't understand with it's great. My memory's bad, but you just said something that made me think about something with seeing dad in jail. Like Dirk always rapped about how he would trade everything if he had his dad, because his dad was in jail for all that time. How he didn't care about the money, he didn't care about any of that. He really just wished that he had his dad in his life, and he turned around and did the same thing to his kids.
Same thing.
So he did all that. He on the drink with J. Cole all my life, did all the positive peace treaty, did all the stuff talking about how he didn't want to put his kids through the same thing, and he putting his kids through the exact same thing. No fire.
It's a mindset challenge. Even as you are growing your brand, DJ Bandana Black, and your business, what would you say has been one of the most difficult things that you have found, even in the industry, in the entertainment industry, as you are building out your brand and your businesses?
The most difficult thing is, I would say, expecting you out of other people. Just because you 100, just because you do something just off of love, just because you would do something just because it's the right thing to do. A lot of people, most people in this industry is not like that. You're not gonna find that. Most people are gonna act like they like that, but that's gonna be kind of frustrating, because it's like it takes the fun out of it. Like when you dealing with so many people and it's just like grimy situation like that, it makes you just like, you know what, I'd rather just do my own thing, and you know what I'm saying, kind of just do my own situation. But I think that would be the hardest part of it, is dealing with the reality of realizing that most people ain't really good. Like not saying most people, a lot of people in this industry.
No, you're right. Most people really are. You got to pick and choose.
It's really not good. Like you can help a person, you can do whatever for them, and then once they feel that they're good, or they, you know what I'm saying, don't need you, they totally act like they don't know who you is, which is cool though. But I think that's what helped me though, honestly, is that once you get to a point like that, and I just went through like a lot of rough stuff in life. Once you get to a point of seeing that and then going through stuff just by yourself, and you making phone calls to where people used to call you all the time, and you're not getting the call back and all that, and you kind of realize that at the end of the day, it's really just me and who's here. So that's what your priority, that's what you focus on. So a lot of the stuff that we just talking about, you can avoid a lot of that, because like even me, like I love everybody, but as far as my immediate circle, as far as what my immediate is, me, Shami, and my immediate family, or like that. But I don't want to put myself in a position to even be in those type of situations like that too. And I think that just not saying secluding yourself, but just having tunnels and knowing what you want and focusing on it. Like with me, I know that this is what I want to do. So I move far from everybody to where you can't just stop by at my house. I set up everything to where I don't really have to leave unless I need to do something with my daughter. And I just focus on that. So I don't want to put myself into situations to where, I mean, things can go left. I mean, sometimes things do go left, but I'm just saying, like in general, you got to just like have tunnel vision with it.
Yeah. What's going on with DJ Bandana Black? Because if you don't know, DJ Bandana Black was one of the DJs that played a lot of the independent underground music in the 716, including Griselda, before they were Griselda. How does that make you feel, seeing people that you were playing once on the radio actually blowing up and becoming who they are today?
Honestly, it's a crazy feeling, because it makes me feel like, it's weird, but it makes me feel like I made it. Like every time I was just watching Mav Hoffa, Expert Opinion, and like the first name they had on it was a bunch of rappers on there, but the first name that they had on there was Benny the Butcher. And I'm like, it made me feel like when I see something like that, make me feel like, damn, like that's us. You see what I'm saying? Like I was there from the beginning to see it, or like that. So it's like when I see things like that, it's like a win for them is a win for me. It helps motivate me when I see people, or when I see Ballistic Man, how he threw like the big concert here with Fat Joe and stuff like that. I knew Ballistic Man when he was really just Ballis from down from down the way. Like that, see him to be a professional businessman and doing things now, and it's like, yo, that's crazy. Like we really
clothing store and everything.
Yeah, everything. So it's really a good feeling.
Yeah. What is next for DJ Bandana Black? Because I know you got some things that you are working on as well.
Yeah, I've been still doing the content creation, but what I've been mixing together is the content creation and the cooking, because I do like a lot of cooking with my daughter. And when I post, I used to work at a steak shop called Buster's. I'm actually going to open up. It's on my vision board right now. I will show you, but I can't move the camera right here. But I'm going to open up a steak shop. I used to work at a steak shop called Buster's, but I incorporate the food with the stuff now. So now what we do is we do like a live podcast, and then like I cook or like that, and kind of have people come, we talk, you know what I'm saying, kind of kick it back and forth. I do it at a couple locations here in Buffalo. I've been kind of like just trying it out, trying to see how I can put it together into a event to where like maybe once a month I'll do like a live podcast, and maybe do like 15, 20 people. They can come and eat and do the podcast thing. Because I think once I open up this steak shop, I'm gonna incorporate that with the content creation and stuff too.
That's gonna be dope. If y'all follow DJ Bandana Black, it's been many a times I have looked at his stories and I'm like, dang, I wasn't even hungry. And Grandis love, I wasn't even hungry until I looked at your stories. I don't know what you made the other day, something with potatoes or something like that.
Yeah, home fries, yo. They let them. You know, it's crazy. Like I gotta tell the story real quick about these home fries. Every time I make these home fries, everybody like, yo, these are the best home fries I ever had in my life. Blah blah blah. The other day I was downtown cooking, and a guy came in. He was like, yo. I could tell you went through the struggle or something to get this recipe or something like that, based about the home fries. And I was just telling my man right before that, I don't know if you remember, like years ago, I had like a knee surgery. Long story short, years ago, I had a knee surgery. They told me I was going to be out of work for like 2 months. I wound up being out of work for like almost a year or something like that. And I was in there like flat broke. We wind up eating like potatoes like every day, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I learned how to master potatoes. So like after that time, I couldn't eat potatoes for like a long time like that because I was like, I'm never eating a potato again. But I just remember how good I can make these different potatoes. So now when I make it, I can make a potato taste like a T-bone steak. So
yes,
now
those suckers were looking good.
I'll be like, why is it so good? It's like I made it for so long. I made it like every day for like 2 months straight.
They were definitely looking good. We're gonna take a quick break, y'all. I'm gonna play a video really quickly and let the dog out, and then we will be right back. I appreciate you for joining me today. I'm gonna play some Vocera. I love this song. Flashbacks Don't Last. We'll be right back, y'all.
Did you do what you said you would? Go where you said you go? Dream how you used to dream? Know what you used to know? Laugh just like you used to laugh? Can't keep living in the past. Flashbacks don't never last. I still can't remember dreams, but lucky me, you showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I got plenty memories and company. You showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I ain't finna fall asleep uncomfortably. You showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I still can't remember dreams, but lucky me, you showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I can't keep on saying that high school wasn't that long ago. Last blunt wasn't that long ago. To whom they were older on the road. No, I'm too move her feet this cold, it's my discomfort zone. Left my home to build a throne by emperors and pharaohs, fear to die alone. Ay, you gon' wish for more days on this planet. You gon' miss the days you took for granted. Before we know it, deja vu becomes a disadvantage. Gave way too much to come back empty-handed. I still can't remember dreams, but lucky me, you showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I got plenty memories and company. You showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I ain't finna fall asleep uncomfortably. You showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I still can't remember dreams, but lucky me, you showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. Reservoir Park, AM to PM, I used to get lost. Always daydreaming until it was dark. Firefly beaming, I never forgot. Must be a reason. I took my son to that park, the family teams. I'm wishing my dad could see us. Feel like he helping me push on both of these swings, cause they was the push that I needed. That's when I thought I started singing in Reservoir Park. Started believing in Reservoir Park. Seeing Big Bro perform on stage made me wanna leave my mark. Now that outline made a chalk, I found the meaning of Reservoir Park while I was dreaming of Reservoir Park. I still can't remember dreams, but lucky me, you showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I got plenty memories and company. You showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I ain't finna fall asleep uncomfortably. You showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. I still can't remember dreams, but lucky me, you showed up in the nick of time. You showed up giving it life. Lucky me. Did you do what you said you would? Go where you said you go? Dream how you used to dream? Know what you used to know? Laugh just like you used to laugh? Can't keep living in the past. Flashbacks don't never last. I ain't finna fall asleep uncomfortably. I ain't finna fall asleep uncomfortably.
We are back. Oh, I guess I gotta start my camera here. We are back. We are back. We are back, everybody. One of the other stories that I've been working on, y'all, is this one with Shanquella Robinson. I don't know if you all remember this case of the young lady who went vacationing with her friends. You remember this case, Shanquella Robinson? She went to, where was it? She went to Mexico with her girl.
Beat by her friends or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. I'm bringing this up to all of you out there because I know there's people like, now's a good time to go on cruises and stuff. You can get cruises real cheap.
Yeah.
And a lot of people be vacationing. Well, I'm just here to say that if you are vacationing with people that you do not know, you need to really, really be careful. These people are still not in jail. This happened in Mexico. These people are still out here living life. They may not be living their best life, but they are still out here living life. And this lady is no longer here. And this is so sad. So I was looking at an update on Funky Daniva's podcast yesterday. The lawyer was on there and she gave an update. I didn't know that the U.S. actually had this case. Like Mexico knew something was wrong and they had sent it to the U.S. saying that like this is a homicide. And the U.S. has been and still is sitting on the case. That is scary. That's scary, Bandana. Like I can go somewhere.
That's great. That's why I ain't leave. Low key. Besides maybe Canada, I'm not leaving the country until like all this stuff gets straightened out.
This is scary because I know plenty of people. We meet people. Like I even went on a travel destination with some people, especially during COVID. Everybody was in these clubhouse rooms and we were meeting up. Oh, yeah. I went all the way down to Texas. I'm just like, woo, you know, it was in America, but still, I mean, this lady, she lost her life, you know, rest in peace to Shanquella. And I can't even imagine what her mom is going through. So they went on vacation. I guess she had her money. The other people were supposed to go on vacation. No, they were not apprehended, Yaya Boo. They are still out here living their life. The one girl didn't change her name to Imani Green with an E.
Shout out to Caviar and Jason Attar that's watching too. I shared the stream too.
Oh, thank you so much, man. That I appreciate that. This is scary, y'all. So these people, so the Mexican authorities gave it to the U.S. and the Mexican authorities have the right to extradite them back to Mexico and have them stand trial, but they aren't even doing that. Like the U.S. is literally sitting on this, which is scary and crazy because it's like, is it a money thing? Is it because she's a black woman? Like what really is going on here?
Unfortunately, because she was black, it's probably not on the priority list. They'll be investigating it. It's one of their top priorities.
That's what they're saying, pretty much. But as a parent, what would you think? Even as a parent and an adult, like if your child, what if Shami say, okay, Dad, for my senior, present, I want to go over to the Bahamas and I'm going with a bunch of people. Like, what would you do?
Absolutely not. We'll be going to the Bahamas.
That part. That's what it seems like now.
Yeah. It's just not. It's too much going on in the world. Like, that's crazy.
Yaya Boo says she paid for most of it. I do believe that's really tragic. That's what the lawyer is saying. She's one of the ones that had most of her money. She had her money. I don't know what type of job she was doing, but I guess the other people had pulled out and they got the money back from the hotel, which is crazy. Oh, yeah. And then they went to this lady's, to her mom's house, talking about she died from alcohol poisoning.
Oh my God.
And then the fools had the nerve to release the video on Snapchat. Like what kind of fool are you?
Yeah, that's what I heard about when I seen the video. Like, that's crazy. That's sad. What would make them do that? Like, even if you drunk, that's y'all friend. Y'all came together. Like, that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not good. I don't really do like group events anyways, though. Like, if I don't really know you for a long time, I'm not going with a bunch of people.
Yeah, I feel you on that. That Burger Dude said, just like black abduction is underreported. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I did a show about that.
I think black abduction is underreported. I know, like, as far as in this area is underreported only because a lot of them don't be abductions. It'd be people who don't got control of their kids and just keep running away. So everybody get tired of sharing and stuff and looking for people. So they don't know who's really abducted, who's really not. But it does get underreported. Because there's been a couple kids where they just never said nothing else about it. Like, oh, did they ever find this kid? Like, that's not good. Like, that should be a top priority. Like, if a kid is missing.
You know what too? I learned like if you die overseas
Yeah.
and you don't, I mean, they don't have our fingerprints, not necessarily. If you die overseas and nobody like you, it really can be a a process trying to even find who you belong to.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Not good.
That is scary. That Burger Dude said, just like Black abduction is underreported. And we talked about a couple of years ago, I did a show about the abduction, especially with Black women going on in North Carolina. Like it's real. We laugh and stuff about this, but our organs really are being harvested. Like you see these people going missing and they end up, being found in a ditch with a liver or something missing.
Yeah.
Yaya Boo said, I'm always cautious of who I travel with. I feel more safe going alone. At this point, me too.
I feel more safe going alone too.
At this point, Yaya Boo said the U.S. really don't care about us. They not like us.
Yeah, we got so many issues with Mexico and stuff right now too. The U.S. probably like we ain't about to go through all that. Like that's messed up though because we're U.S. citizens, but clearly not in a situation like that. But if it was like a star basketball player or that guy who was stealing stuff from Russia, it'd be top priority, you know what I'm saying, to get it taken care of.
Mm-hmm. What were your thoughts on the Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake beef? What are your thoughts? What were your thoughts?
I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on. I gotta show you something.
Miss Johnson said, "Me too." Hey, Evelyn. Hey, everybody. Come on in. It is Friday. We don't have a format. We just talk.
I want Drake to know he still got some shooters out here. Drake, if you watch him, still got some shooters out here.
Is that a Canada or a Tim Hortons?
It's crazy. I got this from Marshalls. I didn't even know. It was just red. And I thought about like, this might be the Canada or the Tim Hortons drink. And I drink Tim Hortons. So it went like my outfit one day. Yeah, I got just like $4 at Marshalls.
Oh, wow.
But as far as that situation, I think that we can't even bring J. Cole up in the situation because he quit. He threw shots and he quit. And he quit on his own stage in front of his own people. So he let me down because I was going with J. Cole.
People say that.
Out of everybody, I was going with J. Cole, but he quit. I couldn't go with Kendrick because he's from the West Coast and Drake is right here close to Buffalo. So I don't like Drake as an artist, but now I do. But as default, I went with Drake. But I think in this situation, I don't think that Drake lost, but I think that Kendrick won because he cheated. I think that Kendrick won because
you think he cheated?
I think he cheated. I'm gonna tell you why he cheated because he put a Tupac. Drake was only calling Kendrick soft. Drake only said Kendrick was a sucker. Drake only said Kendrick couldn't rap. Drake only was talking about Kendrick. Kendrick got on the record and said, "Oh, you don't want it with the Bay. You won't come back to Compton. You won't do this." It's a bunch of gang members there that's connected across the whole world. Of course, Drake ain't gonna say nothing after that. We ain't gonna let you disrespect Pac. He wasn't disrespecting Pac, but Kendrick brought a bunch of. I mean, he's a great artist. The song was dope and all that too. Like when I heard Euphoria, the second part of Euphoria, I said I hated Kendrick, but when I heard the second part of Euphoria, I said there's nothing that Drake can say or do ever in life to come back from this. Like Kendrick won. So
and after. The melody for Euphoria was like he was playing around. He wasn't even taking it serious.
Then what he was saying on the second part of Euphoria was like, okay, this is dope. This is actually hip hop. But then when I heard Not Like Us, it's like, this made me want to like have switches in my car and crip walk and stuff like that. Like, oh, come on, Kendrick. And you bringing other people into it. Like he ain't saying nothing about the Bay or none of that. Now he can't say nothing because who gonna say something about every blood, Crip, MS-13? How many gang members is over there? Like it was just, and he didn't say anything that was. Kendrick didn't say anything about Drake that anybody cared about. They said he was hiding a daughter. He hid the first kid. Most people don't take care of their own kid. They don't care about that. Most dudes don't take care of their kids anyway. They didn't care if Drake was a deadbeat. And then they said about the it was nothing true that he said about Drake. I don't know. I think that was cheating. I think that Kendrick should have kept it. If he did that same record, it didn't say, "Oh, you don't want it with Compton, you don't want it with the Bay," knowing what that actually means. Because if I'm lying, then you wouldn't see 1,000 gang members on the stage all in unison for the Not Like Us video if it didn't bring everybody together. You see what I'm saying? Because if you from Compton, even if you didn't like Drake, you can be like, "Oh yeah, you don't want it with Compton. Let's Not Like Us, Not Like Us." You probably wasn't even a Kendrick fan before that. Like, that's crazy, yo. That's crazy, yo.
Do you think? What do you think is so special about Drake? I mean, when his music came out, he was killing it. He really was. But I don't look at him as a lyricist, even though he has some great lyrics. I just don't look at him I just look at him as a pop star.
I didn't like him until he beat Meek Mills. Once he
Oh.
he was just a pop star singing, you know what I'm saying, the drink that girls like. But then when he beat the toughest street rapper that we knew, regardless, I was like, you know what, let me at least listen to him. And then you know what it is? You got to get your heart broken. Once you get your heart broken, them Drake songs, some of them Drake songs start hitting.
They hit
Drake songs start hitting. But that's what it is. That's what it is. Now that I think about it, that's what it is.
50 Cent referred to him as like LL Cool J of this era. Would you agree? Did you see the interview with 50 on? Was it on the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, I didn't finish watching it, but that's definitely that's a perfect example. That's definitely what it is, yo.
A crooner and all of that. I was surprised that LL, that Paradise song, that LL didn't write that. Did you know 50 Cent had?
I knew that, yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know 50 was out. So I'm watching an interview with 50 Cent yesterday, I think it was. I didn't know he was out 10 years. See, this is another reason why I say success takes time, because it really is a process. When I started this process in 2018, I remember I was listening to Charlamagne, Lisa Nichols, Les Brown, people like that. And it seemed like the general consensus was it takes at least 7 years just to even like make a leap.
Yeah.
You know, not leaps and bounds. And he's like, even 10 years prior to Get Rich or Die coming out, it was 10 years he was working to even get to that point. What do you think about that? Does that make you feel like? It makes me feel better.
Yeah. It don't happen overnight, but it'll make you feel better, because like, think about it. Everybody think about the people who quit last year or the year before, it is about to happen for us next year, or I'm saying, or the coming year, because you stay with it. What if like that? Like, you got to just stay with it. That's a prime example, especially with 50, because he went through a lot. Even like with just besides the time period, he done got shot up, lost deals, all type of stuff, and now he like the top like TV show person, music, all that.
Yeah, he talked about that in the interview, how he had lost deals, and he also talked about how early on it might have been because of the mess that he was into, because he was still in the streets, y'all. Hey, Miss Chemical, thank you so much for coming back, because he was in the streets, and he said, you know, even thinking back now, he wouldn't even be wanting to be dealing with him. Yeah. That burger dude said that really was a pillow fight. Meek Mills. Yeah, I don't know. Were you surprised that Meek didn't come back? Like, that made me kind of look at Meek like, what is going on? Like, you know, back to back.
You know what it was, truthfully, why Drake won that battle with Meek Mill? Drugs. Because Meek was on drugs. Honestly, Meek was on drugs.
He talks about the Percocet. Yeah.
When you listen to the responses that Meek was saying, you couldn't even understand what he was saying. He was slurring on the drum. Like, is Meek having a stroke on this record? When he had like the little Undertaker joint like that, he was going back at Drake. And I'm like, you let the singing dude, they say A, right, bro. They say A at the end of their sentence. You let him beat you. You a Philly boy. So once I seen that, I was like, nah, Drake might really be him. And then I got my heart broke. So I listened to songs and it happened. I was going with J. Cole though, but J. Cole quit, man.
That is a great segue into what is going on tomorrow, everybody, because Meek speaks openly about his issues with Percocet and how allegedly Nicki actually got him involved with the Percocet. When did this become like Viagra? Is it like Viagra, y'all? Is that what this is for the young for the young people, the Percocets? I don't get it, because it's like a downer. So help me understand what
anything besides weed is you on crack. Like, even like my friends, it's like that people I know, you perky 30, you're on crack, bro. Unless anything more than weed, you're on crack.
Yeah, that's what it's amounting to these days. That is what it is amounting to. But I do want to let everybody know about y'all know this is something near and dear to me. And this is what is going on tomorrow in the city of Buffalo from 11 to 3 p.m. at 586 Genesee Street. Performances by one of my faves, 14 Mafia Tay. He is Messiah. He's going to be there. Spoken word by John Smith. It is a fentanyl awareness fall fest. Y'all be there. One of the things that I like to drill home is that I know people are going to be out there using whatever you want to use. You know, I am not here to be judging anybody. All I'm saying is be safe. The most heartbreaking thing that I had to do since being back here home is go to a funeral for a friend of mine's, and his son wasn't even 30 years old yet. And it was because of fentanyl. So again, y'all, it is Friday. I know y'all going out there, go do what y'all do, because I'm gonna be 420 friendly happily. Okay, just test. You really, really got to be serious. When did the cane come back on the scene, or did it ever leave? Because when I came back, then I ain't even gonna lie, I was shocked. I was shocked by the amount, by the way drugs. Because okay, I was like, okay, crack is gone.
Yeah.
Crack is whack, is not coming back for the most part.
Yeah.
But now is this? When did the powder cocaine become such a trend again? Like I thought that went out in the 80s.
I think they just got too much free time. They just trying stuff. It's like it's too much. I don't know what will make you. I don't know how even people try that. Like I have no idea. It wouldn't even be.
Like
I
for
don't know
me, seeing it made me like, no, I ain't gonna never smoke crack. Like you see people out there that were relatively normal going out selling their things. Like that's mind boggling right there. So it's like, no, I won't do that. But for every,
that's why I think with the young people though too, it's always like a dare, like to see who could try the newest thing, and that's really how they get hooked to it. Like when we was younger, we was kind of scared of stuff because it's like, damn, you might really die, but these kids really don't like care. Like they'll still try it. Like that's just I don't know, it's messed up.
Last two things I want to talk to you about. You did a live the other day about an incident that happened in the city of Buffalo, and at that time when you did the live, I hadn't seen the video. I saw the video a few hours later about the young man. And my heart goes out to his entire family because listen, y'all, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I was not that mama bear. I'm running up in your dough about my kids. I'm running up. I act the plum food. That's why when I said that it was just 10, 15 years ago, I was out in the streets fighting. Oh, they done took me down on TikTok. That's one of the reasons why. So my whole entire heart goes out. And it seems like it's just materialistic reasons why they jumped this young boy, 15 years old, and all of those people. And then the young girl, like nobody is excluded from this. The young girl videotaping the entire incident. And then you hearing her say, oh, he's unlifed. And I ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, baby, you didn't videotape the whole thing.
I didn't even know the details. Like when I was talking about that, all I seen was that 25 kids beat one kid, and I knew that somebody need to watch their kids. Like, there's no reason at all why 25 kids should be doing anything to one kid, anyways. But that's crazy that all that happened. I didn't even know it was like I didn't even see the video. I literally just seen that clip and read the what's called about what happened. I was like, that's got to be crazy. But I seen a Facebook joint the other day. I think I went to school with his mother. I didn't even know that. I did the video. I think his mom might name
Neil or something like that.
I went to grammar school with his mom. I didn't know that was her son though.
Wow. As a father, I already know. Because exactly, Yaya Boo. They recorded it. You got everything to do with it, young lady. Everything. And then at the end, you hear her turn off. She's like, I ain't got nothing. He out there dead. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And then you hear her like think for a minute, like, yeah, I have the evidence here.
That's why I tell people they got to watch their kids. And this gonna sound harsh, but this might save somebody. But for example, she say she don't got nothing to do with it, right? And I don't know. I didn't know the video. I don't know anybody that got nothing to do with that. But I'm pretty sure he got loved ones who love him, who care about his well-being and stuff like that, who doesn't appreciate seeing something like that. And if they maybe want to do something back to somebody who did something to them, they can't find out who did it. They know who recorded it because you didn't have nothing to do with it. But
retribution.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Like even with the recording, that makes you even more responsible with it too. Like if you record the fight, I tell people now, like that's the reason why my biggest fear is getting world star, like getting beat and it being on camera because there's no like it's no deleting that. So I always say like if I was around a group of people, the first person to even pull out a camera, I'm hitting him first. Even if I'm arguing with this person, if you pull out a camera, I'm hitting you first because I'm not ending up on camera. So that whole record people stuff is whack, and just what happened to him in general. That's bad. You said it was materialistic. I guess they tried to rob him or something
for a phone or something. I thought I heard the mom saying in the video, and then he's laying in ICU. You all, at least he was the last update I looked at. He was laying in ICU at Children's Hospital. But where are the parents? Is the question, because the kids that were picking on my kids were the parents were just wherever. I raised my kids. And I expected other people to raise their kids and don't be picking on my kids. But a lot of times, unfortunately, that happens because parents are working, parents are just not involved. You know, it's you need to raise your kid.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. The kids aren't going to be out there picking on other kids like that if they're scared that they're going to get home and get their butts whooped. It's not going to happen.
We make too many excuses. People say, even like what you were just saying there, where people say, well, I got to work 2 jobs. I got to work, I'm saying 16 shit. We all got to do that, but then stop having kids. You knew this before you did it. If you did, maybe you got to lower your lifestyle. Instead of eating steaks and stuff, maybe you got to eat ramen noodles and stuff. So you can't make sure that we ate spam. I ate Vienna sausages. We ate all of that. But sometimes you got to do that. Like it's an excuse to just keep saying it. I understand that when you say, well, the father's not around. That is a valid reason. The father is not around, but father's been not around. Like I never remember fathers being around. So that stop having like kids knowing that most fathers is not around. Like I don't know.
And that's not an excuse, Bandana, because listen, you are one of the few fathers that burger dude. You know, I don't know a lot of fathers out there that's actually participating in their kids' life. Now, y'all can tell me I'm wrong for that. I'm just speaking from experience. I don't know too many fathers that actually participate. I know some mothers that don't participate in their kids' life. That is part of the issue right there. Kids have to be raised. Kids need structure. Kids need stability. Without those things, you see things like this happening. Yeah. And not to say that some of those kids in there don't have that, because some of them may do, but many times that's part of the problem with these bad A kids. And I don't even like calling kids bad, but that's part of the problem. And seriously.
And one thing, the reason why I said this excuse is saying like, well, I got to work so many hours with that too, because I had a mother where my mom would whoop me. My mom would beat me. Like if I got in trouble, I did something, she would definitely discipline me. I never stopped doing stuff. I just stopped doing enough I'm not going to get called home. I'm not going to be on the news, me recording something. I'm not going to, I'm saying do that much. I might be around the people that's doing it, but because either way, you can't be around your kids 24/7. They're going to do what they're going to do, but either you be the kid that's about to go to jail for beating 25 people, or you could be the kid that happened to just be walking by and you went home and just seeing it because that's how I raised you to do it. Like, so even if your parent is not actually there, you can raise your kid to know that that's not something you want to be around. 25 people, somebody get hurt, y'all probably going to jail. So you want to make sure you're not there, because I let everybody in my family know I don't do police, no law, no nothing at all. You got a problem in the streets, I can help you. You get arrested, you on yourself. Do not call me, do not say you know me, no, none of that.
That part. That burger dude said, have you heard how they speak to so-called parents? We've talked about that. I don't listen. I was raised at a particular time, boo, where I'm still respectful at 48.
It's because everything. I mean, I'm probably gonna get canceled anyway, so I'm just gonna say it. It's because everything is child abuse now. Like if I talk crazy to my mom, she'd have punched me in my mouth. She'd have hit me like my chest would. That's probably why I got asthma now.
Okay.
But it helped me because I'm not talking to nobody else like that. But now you can't because it's child abuse. I mean, I guess it is child abuse, but it worked. It's either child abuse or your kid end up on the news.
And that's the truth of the matter. Listen, I turned out all right, and I got my butt beat when I was doing wrong. And I listen. I believe in discipline. I believe that you need to know your child. That you need to know your child. That burger dude said facts. I believe that you need to. Like some kids need to be disciplined.
Yeah.
That's all to it. You need to know your child. And discipline, I agree. Discipline isn't child abuse. Kids need structure. You can't just let them run amok because they're going to think that life is like that. Think about that kid that was running amok and look at them as an adult. They can't even function as a functioning adult.
And on the flip side of that, because I just had a situation the other day with a kid, my daughter. Luckily, it was a parent that I can talk to. You got to make sure that your kid not only know how to talk to you, but you care about your kid. I don't. So you let your kid talk to you like that. You let your kid maybe swing off on you. I don't. Like, so when you send your kid out in the world, you need to let them know, like, that might get you hurt outside this house. Like, mommy's just going to tell you over and over that that's not nice, but you do that to the wrong person outside this house, you might lose your top. Like, that's a real reality for you. So you tell that to their kids too. If you're going to just have kids out here just disrespecting you and stuff too, because like, a kid disrespecting you as a parent is one thing, but if you love your kid, you send them out to the world where they don't know your kid, they don't care about that. They'll do something to your kid. Like people gotta watch their kid. There's some really, really disrespectful kids out here. I only say that because I had a situation the other day, but it turned out good. Luckily, it was a parent that understood that we have a conversation first, because I could have just did something to your kid, or you could have did something to my kid. Rather than that, let's have a conversation or whatever. Sometimes you don't turn out, and most times they don't. You get that parent that get the F away from my house, blah blah blah. I'm gonna call this person, that type of stuff, which makes it harder for us as a people to really, I'm saying, get stuff done to that type of stuff.
Last question, and this one may be triggering. Hey, Audacity, I am so loving your book, Audacity. I am so into it. I got it the other day and I started reading it. Last question, not even a question. I just want to know your thoughts on this. And everybody, this might be a little bit triggering. The situation up at the falls with the young lady and the 2 kids. You had heard about it?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts when you heard that?
I don't see. It's sad what happened to her, but that's wrong as hell if you do that to your kids. Like if you felt whatever way that I don't know, she might have had mental whatever, but I don't really like if you mentally messed up, then how do you mentally know to go to the falls, to climb over this, to jump? Like something worked in order for you to do that. So something should have worked to say maybe I should just do this to myself, not just my kids, or not do it either way. Like, I feel sad really for everybody in the situation because she really looked like she was a sweetheart. Maybe she was just going through a tough time. Maybe nobody. And I've been there before. Where you ain't got nobody to talk to, nothing. That's why you got to just. I don't know. I mean, I have religion. I was raised as a Christian, so I know at the end of the day, I got God when I have nobody at all. But maybe she felt that she didn't have anybody. But a lot of times, that's why it's good to check on people too. Like a lot of times, you think people is okay, and they really not okay. They just not gonna reach out to you to let you know they're okay. Like it could have been not saying it's anybody's fault. Like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. But maybe a couple weeks prior to that, somebody checking up on her, maybe having a conversation, could have seen that, and I'm saying maybe kept an eye on her, but. I don't know. And that's like the second person because 40 Cal from Dipset, remember his daughter a few years ago did this, jumped over to what you call it? She went to UB. No. Yeah, 40 Cal from Dipset. He came here, she was missing or something like that. She caught the bus all the way out there from like UB or something like that, and then jumped over. She's arguing with her boyfriend or something.
Oh, is that the one that they were still questioning? What was?
I think so. This happened like a year or two ago. Yeah, her dad part of Dipset, 40 Cal.
Wow. Yeah, I'm still sick about it too, dealing with postpartum. Have you ever had to deal with postpartum with your daughter's mom at all?
No, my daughter's mom alive.
No, postpartum.
I don't know what postpartum means.
Oh, so it's like real bad depression that women get sometimes after we have babies. It's really normal, but they didn't talk about it back in the days. They're talking more about it now within the last probably 10 years. So they probably, when Shami was born, they probably weren't talking about postpartum.
I don't know. She probably did.
Yeah, or didn't even know, because I didn't know what it was. It wasn't until Brooke Shields brought it up. I think it was on the Today Show that I even heard about postpartum. It was just, especially in the Black community, it's not something that we talk about. We supposed to just, pray and barrel through everything. But like you said, sometimes you really need to check on your people, especially the ones who are seemingly strong all the time. It's the strongest ones.
Believe it or not, it be most people. And I feel like for me, what happened, like when I went through like a real tough time, like just by myself, and just had to focus on it, like just being happy by myself. So when I look like a lot of people just fake being happy, I look like a lot of these like lives and people in the clubs are getting drunk. Like at the end of the day, once you go home at the end of that, you really not happy. Like a lot of these people really is depressed and sad and having miserable time. They just don't know how to get it out. So they'll go out and drink and go out and do wild stuff for the moment to kind of get away from it. But at the end of the day, you still got to deal with that reality. It's better to just cut all of those things off, focus on maybe 2 or 3 different things, and only focus on those things until those things start working, and then enjoy that other stuff. But you really got to just focus.
Yeah, it's depression is real, everybody. Anxiety and all of that is real, but you really do. You have to, and sometimes you do feel lonely. Like I've been in that space, and you really have to focus. You have to get yourself up out of that thing. You have to do what you have to do. Like suicide is not the answer. I'm telling y'all that from a personal standpoint. A lot of times we don't even realize that we're affecting other people when we decide to even take that course of action. That's not the course of action that you want to take. But if you or anybody else, I'm going to put the national suicide line if you or anybody else is in that space, you can always dial 988. Everybody, you can text 988. You can dial 988. You ain't even got to do all of that 1-800. Text 988. A lot of times the weekends be some of the most depressing for people because you're all alone. They're not at work at that 9 to 5. Some people have 9 to 5s. So you're all alone. And the weekends can be very, very depressing for people. So again, if you are in a space where you're feeling depressed or anxious about something, please text 988. This past week I didn't even want to be on social media. When I saw those two stories about the 15-year-old and then the young lady with the babies, I was like, man, can I just do this week over? I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Babies, that's wild.
Yeah. In closing, Bandana, let everybody know where they can find you, what you have coming up. You got any thing that you got going on this weekend? I saw you got something going on like the middle of November.
Yeah, I got November 26th, I believe it is, or November 23rd. It's on my Facebook. I can't remember whichever one. 23rd and 26th out in Medina for Develop Clothing first year anniversary. I'll be DJing out there. And then I do for the next, I think 2 or 3 Bill Sundays. I'm downtown at what is it called? I forgot the name of the studio. My mind be going blank. I'll be having the camera here. I start getting nervous. High Tech Studios down on Tupper. I'll be down there because that's where I'll be doing the home fries and stuff like that too. So during the Bills game,
is that the Bridge Studios?
No, it's like kind of near. It's near Vice. It's like kind of near Vice.
Oh, okay. Okay, I've heard of that studio, High Tech Studio. Okay.
Yeah, they got like a kitchen on one side, but that's where I'll be for the next couple Bills games. I'm not into sports, but I'll be there cooking and everything else.
Oh, that's gonna be dope. So we're waiting on our invite. We get some of that food that you be cooking up there. So what else you have going on? When can we expect the podcast coming? 2025? What we doing with that?
I'm actually going to be recording another episode today. I don't know when I'm actually going to be dropping it because I got to figure out how to. I can get it back on iPhone podcast, but how to get it on Android podcast. But I'll be live on YouTube and dropping videos and stuff on YouTube. But I'm mainly on YouTube and Twitch daily, pretty much throughout the day. If I'm out with my daughter, I'm on YouTube or Twitch.
Yeah, I miss Anchor. I remember when I started podcasting, you used to be able to use Anchor and you can push your podcast out to everything. Now I don't think they even have a platform like that where you can push your podcast out
through SoundCloud. Like through SoundCloud got a joint where you pay like the $9.99 a month through them, and then it'll send it to Apple, Android, and to all the different ones, and then you just
really
upload it to them. Yeah,
you upload it to SoundCloud and it pushes out.
Yeah, even if you on your iPhone now, like you look like the hashtag the Blackout Podcast, I got a bunch of episodes on there. Those are all straight from the SoundCloud. I uploaded to there, and then it went to Apple, Android, and all the other ones.
Oh, okay.
I just got to figure out how to get it back on Android because I haven't done an episode since Mike Chaz passed. It's probably like a year or so on the actual podcast, right?
Oh wow! See, this is why it is good to. They said, "Where you cooking at?" Do y'all follow DJ Bandana's Yes, Blackout Podcast. You follow him, Yaya Boo. You see what I'm talking about? The food be looking so good.
Yeah, my daughter be trading food in school for candies. Like I be packing her lunches like that. And her friends, like, yo, that Alfredo you made was so good. I'm like, how did they know? She's like, yeah, I traded for some chips, or I traded this for some gum. I'm like, what? They love it too.
That is too funny. That is too funny. Well, we are going to end this. I appreciate you for joining me today. You are welcome back anytime. Make sure y'all are following DJ Bandana Black. He is hilarious. He is the ultimate girl dad, and the food be looking like it is on fire good. So y'all have a wonderful weekend on purpose, everybody. I love y'all. Long life. She said, tell him I'll be at the Roar. She'll be at the Roaring 420. Yeah, I have not been there yet. I keep hearing about it.
I think it's right near there. I think we just
Vice. Yeah,
we right over that way.
Okay. I have not been there yet. They told me $35 and I can have all I want. You just can't take it out. One of these days, I'm going to end up there. One of these days, y'all. Well, y'all have a wonderful weekend on purpose. Please stay safe out there, everybody. It is crazy. It's crazy. Oh, and do not forget, go out and vote. Go to the polls. It has never been most important than to get your butt out to the polls immediately. 20 on Friday. Oh, 20 on Friday. Yeah, boo. Ladies' night. Oh, okay. I keep hearing about it. I'm back to the polls. Get out to the polls, everybody. It's so important. It's so important. If you have kids, if you have grandkids, you need to get out to the polls. It is so important. We are struggling to maintain any sense of decency we have, any sense of rights, that we have. I don't know what it's going to look like next week, y'all. I don't think we're going to know who the president is. Do you think so, Bandana?
I don't know what's going on with this president. I didn't even know like they was like for real. It's like really between Trump and like Trump really might be our president. This is crazy.
He really might be our president.
Like this is actually really. This is crazy.
He really might be our president, and that's scary. I was driving back to Chicago. This was during the what was it? What was the last 2020? What was the last election? I was driving back to Chicago and scared the mess out of me. I seen a whole Trump parade, y'all. They had a blow up balloon. This was in Ohio. They had a blow up. I took a video of it. It's somewhere on my Facebook. A blow up of Trump and everything on this parade for Trump. Yeah, you have to be careful. You really have to be careful. You have to be careful where you are. I was driving from Maryland one year. Well, driving from Delaware and got sidetracked in something that looked like what was that? The fields of corn. The Ku Klux Klan is still around, y'all. I did 100 miles an hour getting up out of there, y'all.
It happened to me coming from Virginia one time. I got stuck, like my car broke down like some random town, like in Virginia. Even the AAA guy called, just like on a Sunday, he was like, we usually don't even come out on Sundays or come this way. But when I heard you were like African American, he's like, not being funny. He's like, this is not
and where you are.
Yeah, he was like, and he might have driving me like 2 hours the other way.
Oh wow! See, that's scary. Yeah, West Virginia. It's certain places when you traveling, you just got to know you just can't stop at.
Yeah.
You really can't. Certain parts of Pennsylvania, I'm not. No.
I don't want to stop Pennsylvania at all. Like they laws, police, all that. Like I don't want to stop.
It's certain parts. So once you start getting into some of them towns, you have to be careful. Them valley towns, you have to be careful. Yaya Boo said the election is scary. It's so uncertain. It is so scary and so uncertain, and we don't know what it's going to look like, y'all. All I'm saying is get out there and vote. If you have not already, get your butt out there and vote. Thank y'all, everybody, for joining me. We are going to leave up out of here with Rachel J. Again, I appreciate everybody. I will be back on Monday. Oh, tomorrow morning, a special pop-up show of the Morning Show podcast. We will be on tomorrow, I think at 9. I'll let y'all know for sure. I got to get with Franklin and find out what time we're going to be on. But a special pop-up of the morning show right here on Green Links Media. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend on purpose. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to put on something a little bit different. I'm going to put on this song by Key Dollar. Oh, you know what? Who are you listening to in the 716 right now before we leave out? Male and female. Who are two artists that you are listening to?
Male and female. Female probably would have to be. I've been listening to Big Bloss Blossom. Yeah, I just did an interview with her, but it just keep posting. She do a lot of promotion too. Like she promote a lot of hers. Her, and as far as male, probably I listen to a lot of like most of the same artists. But as far as like newer one, probably no. I've been listening to a lot of K Pistol too. I've listened to a lot of K Pistol. Not even like his new single. I went back and listened to some of his some of his older stuff. I like to listen to like people new stuff and then go back and listen to the old stuff and just kind of compare it to myself, just to see like the difference in it.
You know who artist that I've been listening to? John Jiggs is one, and I forgot where John is out of, but closer here to home, out of the 585 is Bandman Wayne. He got a nice body of work.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Bandman Wayne is nice. I saw him at what was it that I was at? Digging in the Crates. I think it was Digging in the Crates. And he was dope. And I went down the rabbit hole and I was not disappointed. He got a nice body of work out there, y'all. But we're going to listen to Pick It Up by Key Dollar and Molotov Mile. Y'all have a wonderful weekend on purpose. Thank you again, Bandana. You are welcome back anytime. I cannot wait for your show. Make sure you are subscribed to DJ Bandana Black. You got about 2 or 3 pages, don't you, on YouTube?
Yeah, I got 2. 2 of them. Me and Shami got one, but we got to update it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's dope how y'all be cooking together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get you and Shami on the show.
She can bake like the cakes and stuff like that. She do because I can't measure like the tablespoon and teaspoon get me every time. But she do the baking, so all the cakes and stuff be 100% her. But everything
that's
else
what's up.
we do together.
That's what.
Baking down.
That's what's up, yeah. Well, y'all have a wonderful On Purpose. I'm gonna close up out of here so I can get up out of here. So thank you again, Bandana. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I dropped your heart, but somehow I can't pick it up. It took me this long to realize you ain't give a fuck. Feel like I got a dark cloud, keep raining down. Please do not pick me up. I wanted to give you all of my love, but you fucked it up when you lost my trust. Yeah, you fucked it up, you fucked it up. Try to give you the benefit of the doubt, cause that wasn't enough, it wasn't enough. I thought we had something special at first, but you lied and you tried to stop me from being me. I tried to ride by your side and deny the fact that you was really out here in these streets. Count how many times I showed out for you. You can count how many times I was there for you. I could count up all the times that your ass let me slime, but I ain't give a fuck cause I thought I cared for you. But you ain't care for you. You ain't care about what you had and you ain't care about what was right there for you. I try to make this shit easy and make it fair for you, but this shit ain't that easy if they don't care for you. And I'm gonna go. No, you can't stop my shine, my flow, my grind, my more. I see us going up, No, they mad we up, right? We created the wave, these niggas surfing. In fact, you fell with the imitation disturbing. I'm a good judge of character observing, and that's what got me nervous. I'm quick to spot a serpent, like how the fuck you swerving? It's crazy how hearts got harder they on sometimes. It took for shit to hit the fan just for me to understand what people was always saying. You know love is blind. I dropped your heart so high I can't pick it up. Ever since I put that dick on you, babe, you been acting ridiculous. Tell me why you switching up, act like you don't know what this shit was. Lately been tripping more, asking more questions than trivia. This can't be love, it's too difficult. And what's crazy, deep down I still care. She call me right now and she know I'll be there, but it won't be the same. The love we used to share, that shit up in the air, it ain't looking too clear. Where do I start? I ain't starting no more. Starting over, can't do that no more. Fake love, can't go back no more. I had to hide, but I let it go. Let that shit go. I dropped your heart, but somehow I can't pick it up. It took me this long to realize you ain't give a fuck. Feel like I got a dark cloud, keep raining down. Please do not pick me up. I wanted to give you all of my love, but you fucked it up when you lost my trust. You fucked it up, you fucked it up. Still going. Bitch, I'm still going.